Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Quest for Glory 4. In the last episode, we bought some supplies and some goods from the general shop. We rented a room for a week over at the inn, and we introduced ourselves to most of the town folk. And so now we are at the Heroes Guild, or the Adventurers Guild rather, and we are just going through and reading through some of the stuff. So let's go ahead and read through the rest of these books.
The book is all about using spells in unusual and creative ways, such as calming a fire, using alternate flame and frost spells to make something brittle and break, and so on. You pick up a number of useful tips which will improve your spellcasting.
Okay. What about Talk Fu?
This book teaches the ancient oriental art of Talk Fu. How to overcome opponents by attacking them with the unpronounceable names of martial arts forms and confusing them with fortune cookie wisdom. You get lost somewhere between karate and kuksu.
Interesting. What about Essential Exercise?
This book teaches you how to use the stair-stepper to build strong leg muscles and talks about the importance of whole body development. It says to build up your strength gradually by adding weights to the baskets.
How about something else? Can we take a book?
Hey, this isn't a lending library.
Okay. Can we move the bookshelf?
Nice try. But the bookshelf won't budge. If there's a secret passage around here, it's hidden a different way.
I see. Alright. Enough already. Let's look at our stats. Our magic went up by 25 points. Surprisingly. And so did our intelligence. And strength, even. Okay, not bad. Alright, let's go ahead and sign the logbook. Okay. Read logbook.
You read in the adventurer's log about some of the exploits of past adventurers in Moldavia. Prominent among them is the story of Piotr and the Dark One's cult. Near the end of the book, Piotr tells how he led the armies against the Chernovi cult outside the Dark One's cave. The fighters were trained soldiers, but the cult members fought like madmen. Suddenly the cult members changed their forms and became grotesque monsters. Many of the soldiers panicked and ran. The battle was nearly lost. Then Piotr heard the voice of Irana. "By all my will, I banish you too." The voice was cut off. The cult members screamed and ran. Piotr entered the cave and searched for some sign of life. All he could find were the grotesque remains of cult members. The only sign of Irana was her magical staff lying on the ground. Piotr picked it up and left the cave, knowing that Irana was beyond his help. Piotr then tells how he brought the staff back to town and placed it in the town square. A garden of flowers instantly sprang up around it. Near the end of the book, Piotr tells that he was going to seek out the rituals of the Dark One and destroy them. There are no later entries.
Well, isn't that just a little sad? We actually learned what happened to Irana just now. If you remember in Quest for Glory 1, Irana's piece was supposed to be her gravesite, but that didn't turn out to be the case. It seems like she died here, against the Dark One. And the Paladin was the one who came and at least tried to help. Which is a little tragic. Anyway, let's go ahead and sign the logbook.
You sign your name into the adventurer's logbook with a flourish. It's almost become a habit by now.
Let's see if we can't open that desk drawer.
That would be a lot easier if the desk had a drawer.
Oops. Anyway, let's see if we can't open that case. And since we're also a mage, we're gonna use mage spells, like open.
This is not a good...
Okay, no. Examine the case.
The case looks totally solid, as if it was constructed around the sword. A plaque reads, "Break glass in emergency only."
Can we open it?
The case is totally sealed.
Alright, well we're gonna break it open then.
You break open the front of the case. Avoiding the broken glass, You pull out the sword. It looks like a fine quality weapon.
Very nice. And it replaced our old rusted one. Well, there's other stuff, like this.
This is a long, sturdy-looking rope with a grapnel hook attached to one end. You pick up the rope and grapnel set and tie it onto your pack.
Sweet. Now, we're going to want to use this as well, since we know how to now.
Your legs are too stiff and sore to use this right now.
Okay, let's go ahead and add a weight to it.
Any more weight might strain your muscles. Try.
Alright, well, so we can't do that. Let's go ahead and rest for about an hour.
After some rest, you... Any more weight?
Alright, yeah, we'll have to do that next time then. Can I mess with the moose
Are
head?
you kidding? It would probably bite your fingers off, then suck the blood out of them. You'd better moose out of this one.
Jeez. Anyway, alright, let's save our game. Oh. Boom. There we go. I think that's all that we can do in the Adventurers Guild for now. Let's go to continue and explore the town. There's stuff for us to do. Did I go the wrong way? No, okay. Let's see, what time is it? It's near noon. Oh, there's an old man here. Let's greet the old man.
You greet the old man.
Good day. Have you seen my honor?
Ask about his name.
I am Nikolai. Have you seen my honor?
No.
Honor. Have you seen my honor?
It's kind of sad.
I am looking for honor. Have you seen honor?
Guess we can't really talk to him because he's kind of fixated. Say goodbye.
Tell the old man goodbye.
If you see honor, tell her I am looking for her.
That's kind of tragic. Just kind of lost in his own little world.
The sign reads, Dr. Cranium. You wonder what sort of medicine he practices.
If you remember at the end of the last episode, we got a little joke there about the castle of Dr. Brain. It's a real Sierra series. If people want me to play that one, I guess I will, but I have no plans on it because I've never played that series. But we want to visit.
The rope is attached to a series of bells hanging under the overhang. Or was that over the underhang? Or maybe around the... No, never mind.
Alright, anyway, we're going to have to ring that bell if we want to get in. Oh, goody. Alright then, let's go ahead and save. Because we're going to have to solve some puzzles, it seems. Okay, let's look around.
Lightning coruscates between the two brass balls. Dr. Cranium appears to be the first mad scientist to have harnessed the power of electricity. Now, if you could just get a saddle on it...
It's not quite what I wanted.
You are in a totally weird place. This hallway gives you a strange feeling of Vujade. The sense that you've never been anywhere like here before, but maybe will someday.
I think that's a reference to the video game again. Okay, what about this?
It's a truly impressive, original, multimedia work created out of whitewash and sawdust.
Weird. Okay, what about that?
The bust's eyes seem to follow you as you walk through the hallway.
Okay.
reminds you of a porthole minus the glass cover. So it's definitely not a glass of port.
God. John Rhys Davies sounds so genuine. Oh, whoa. Okay. That happened.
It reminds you of a...
Okay, that's another porthole. What about this door?
The sign says, this is the key maze.
Okay.
There's a sign on the door. It says, warning, do not open without appropriate precautions. The sign on the door says, Dr. Cranium's private laboratory. Entrance by prior appointment or demonstration of superior intelligence only.
Okay, so we're gonna need to solve these puzzles to visit him. Let's try.
You faintly hear a voice saying, don't knock, come on in, from beyond the door.
Okay. So, a sliding puzzle. I think. Okay. I know what the solution is. Haha! I did it.
You've uncovered a keyhole, but you don't have the proper key to open this door.
Okay, that's kind of mind-bendy. Alright. So what about... Gonna go ahead and open this one. Knock.
How interesting. It sounded as though someone knocked on the other side of the door as well, several times.
Let's listen.
You hear something bouncing around behind the door. A lot of somethings.
Okay. Well then let's open it. Oh no!
Oh no, you've been Antwerped.
Here's a little callback.
Fortunately, these are just baby Antwerps, so the attack wasn't fatal.
That was a callback to Quest for Glory 1, if you remember. Where did those baby Antwerps go after we defeated the one guarding the door? Well, here's where they went. And so now, they're going to be bouncing all over the place. We're going to need to catch one, which is what this is for. I remember this puzzle, by the way. It's literally why I'm not too shocked. Alright, let's look at
This
this.
strange device is labeled Transcendental Receiving Animal Processor. I wonder if that stands for something. Be careful, it might be a trap.
It is a trap. So you want to identify an animal, right? Okay. You can analyze the creature you wish to capture, then apply the proper bait. If that animal is in the immediate vicinity, the trap will catch it for you. If the animal is not in the area, you'll just have to catch it yourself, but at least you'll know what to feed it. Okay, so you want to identify an animal, right? Yes. Is it bigger than a bread box? No. Is it smaller than an ant? No. Is it black and white and red all over? No. Is it yellow and does it weigh 500 pounds, have wings and an attitude? No. Is it gray and wrinkled and lives in a tree? No. Wears a hat and says only you can prevent savanna fires? No. Does it bounce? Yes. You want on an elephant on a pogo stick? No doubt. No. Is it blue, Alcava shaped, and sings Malting Matilda? No. Must be an Antwerp you want. I only kind of threw in malting materia to make it tougher. Feed it an avocado. I'm so glad I remembered that. Okay. So, thankfully, we have something with avocado in it.
You bait the trap with avocado from your sandwich. Avocado was never high on your list of favorite foods anyway. The trap starts working. You've caught an Antwerp. It's simply amazing.
Fantastic. Thank you. Your Antwerp has now been processed. Do I wish to identify another animal? Yes, I do. Okay, does it have legs? Yes. Does it have more than one leg? Yes. Does it have more than 2 legs? Yes. Does it have more than 3? Yes. Does it have more than 4? Yes. This is getting tricky. Does your animal have more than 5? Yes. Does it have exactly 6 legs? Yes. Does it look like a cross between an octopus and a squid with only fewer tentacles? Yes. Well, hexapods mostly eat heroes. Does that sound like a good idea to you? No. I was wondering. Well, in a pinch, a clove of garlic will do. Okay, if you recall, the reason why I was going through that is because when we were by the monastery, there was that thing guarding the door looking at us, which was a hexapod apparently, and it likes garlic too. So when we pass by, we don't have to get eaten by it. Alright.
You've caught an ant.
Oh, okay, it's not even going to let us interact with that anymore. Okay, let's go over here. Knock.
There is no
Listen.
You don't hear any.
Okay, let's go ahead and open it then.
This is the Antwerp maze. Antwerps are naturally bouncy, so all you have to do is continually rotate the maze until the baby Antwerp bounces over to the key, then out through the exit.
Okay. Okay, here's the rotators. Okay, hold on. Oops. There we go. Got it. Okay, this is bending my mind a little bit. There we go. Gosh, dang it. There we go.
You've used the baby Antwerp to get Dr. Cranium's laboratory key from the maze. You add the key to your keyring.
That's really all about timing. But now that we've got the lock and we've gotten the keys and everything else, we can go meet the good doctor from another video game.
You've managed to find Dr. Cranium's keyhole and open the door. You pass through into Dr. Cranium's private laboratory.
Quickly, Igor, the fluid. I must have the fluid. Oh, excuse me. I thought it was Igor coming in to assist me. He helps out in the lab sometimes. Now then, what can I do for you?
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Also, one thing I just want to say is I love the music of Dr. Cranium's lab. It is just so cool, the MIDI version of this song. Anyway, let's go ahead and greet him.
You say hello to the scientist.
Welcome to my laboratory. You must have more than the usual intelligence and perseverance to have made it in here.
Okay, let's introduce ourselves.
You introduce yourself to Dr. Cranium and tell him a little about your adventures.
I should be most interested to hear about your travels and your scientific discoveries along the way. Unfortunately, I have very little time for that right now. Perhaps we can discuss your adventures when you next return.
Okay. Well, we can tell him about magic.
You explain to Dr. Cranium that magic is really a lot like science, and even deals with the same elements.
Oh, nonsense! There's no such thing as magic. There is only science. What you call magic is simply scientific phenomena that have not yet been properly investigated and catalogued.
Okay. He's a true blue scientist the whole way through. Let's ask his name.
My name is Dr. Cranium. I am Moldavia's chief scientist and a certified genius. Some call me mad, but I much prefer Dr. Cranium.
Yes. Ask about science.
Ah, yes, science. I'm glad you asked. Science is the process of systematically increasing our knowledge of the world through observation and experiment. Unfortunately, some of the townspeople here seem to have no concept of the wonders of science. Some of them even claim my little inventions are magical. Such poppycock. There's no such thing as magic. Still, the townspeople insisted that I should be able to use my magic to cure wounds and sickness. I told them that I am a scientist, not a doctor, but they wouldn't listen. I had little choice but to concoct some simple elixirs. They were childishly pleased. Science is really so simple once you understand it.
Alright, well, ask about the potions then.
If you want to improve your stamina, then you should make sure you eat a healthy diet from all the different food groups and get plenty of aerobic exercise. That is science.
What about healing?
Oh, you must mean my patented healing drink. You may have my last one. Unfortunately, I have forgotten the formula for its main ingredient. If you can help me remember it, I will be able to make some more healing drinks, although the work is very time-consuming.
Alright, so if you're wondering what this is copy protection. This is the only Quest for Glory game, I believe, with copy protection. And it's awful. You have to write formulas with the elements. And there's a joke here, right here. This is a pizza. If you remember when I was playing through Quest for Glory 2, there was something I was trying to do. I don't believe I ever did it. I got close to doing it, but it was probably a bit too hard for me to actually do. But there was a monster called the Pizza Elemental, which is a callback to this game. Because, again, in this game, pizza is an element. Anyway, what we want to do, basically, is fill out the friggin' formula here. So, in order to fill out the formula, we have to fill out the letters here. And in order to fill out the letters, we would need the copy protection. And it is so awful. Anyway, here's what we're going to need to do. For the healing drink, we're going to need to fill this out. And I just happen to have it pulled up here off to the side. And so for Q, we're going to go for water, air, fire, pizza, air.
Thank you. With that information, I'm sure I shall be able to create some sensational scientific solutions.
What? Oh, okay, no, it's just the first letter. Okay, never mind. What about poison cure?
Oh, you must mean my new universal poison antidote. You may have this one, but I will need some help with the formula to make more. Also, I am afraid I only have time to make one each day.
Alright, so G. Okay, let me look this up here. That's gonna be pizza, water, earth, and earth.
Thank you. With that information, I'm sure I shall be able to create some sensational scientific solutions.
Can I have an empty flask as well?
You ask Dr. Cranium if he can spare an empty flask for specimen collection.
Of course, of course. I am always delighted to assist scientific research of any kind, and I have plenty of flasks. You may have this one.
Thank you. What about experimentation?
Experiments are the meat and drink of science. First, you must come up with a hypothesis based on your understanding of the scientific elements. Then perform an experiment to test the hypothesis. Afterwards, you have a pizza.
Okay. What about the scientific elements?
Earth is for solidity and stability. Air gives freedom and movement. Fire provides power and energy. Water, fluidity, and life. Pizza, of course, is the most important element of all. Pizza represents the essence of well-roundedness and regaining strength. Most importantly, you can have it delivered in under half an hour in most areas.
Oh, God. So cheesy with the pizza talk. See what I did there? It's a pun.
A hypothesis is a scientific guess. One predicts the result of an operation, performs an experiment to test the prediction, then has a pizza to celebrate the result. It is very important to stay flexible, however. Sometimes the experiment may give a different result than predicted by the hypothesis. Since real scientists don't like to make mistakes, we always write the hypothesis in pencil.
Alright, let's talk about pizza.
Pizza is a crucial ingredient in many scientific formulae. There is a nearly infinite variation in its effects, depending on whether one starts with pepperoni, mushrooms, artichokes, or plain cheese. One should always order extra pizza in case the experiment requires additional materials. Besides, science is hungry work.
Oh, God. Alright. You sure I can't figure out stamina potions?
If you want to improve...
Okay. Something else. Okay. Let's ask about magic?
There is, of course, no such thing as magic. There is only science. Still, you would be amazed at how gullible some people are. Just the other day, someone gave me this scroll saying it was a magical spell. Can you believe that? It is purest poppycock. Nothing on here makes any sense whatsoever. Here, you may have this as a reminder that magic is a figment of fevered imagination. Only science is real.
Obviously, Dr. Cranium needs to take a correspondence course from the famous wizard school. As you read the scroll, you find that you have learned the incantations and gestures with which to cast a glide spell. Then the scroll vanishes.
There, you see, it was not even a very good piece of parchment. Fell right apart.
Oh, God, this is so silly. Alright, what about the fluid?
Essential etheric fluid is an important ingredient in my formula for reanimating dead bodies. It contains the essence of the element of water, the most important ingredient in life science.
Okay, what about laboratory?
This laboratory is where I perform some of my most important research. Lately, I have been trying to bring life back to a dead body and to brew the perfect cup of tea.
Okay, what about the dead to life?
Reanimating the dead is just another day's work in the life of a scientist. Even science cannot bring a person back right the way they were, but one can use scientific principles to restore the semblance of life and energy to formerly dead flesh.
Okay, what about the perfect tea?
The one alchemical combination that I have thus far been unable to fully analyze is that of a good cup of tea. I'm sure there must be a way to duplicate the effects of nature, but the results have not been promising so far. Perhaps you would like a cup of spearmint and beefsteak tea? I thought not. This is even harder than rehydration solution and reviving dead tissue.
Rehydration solution? Well, we'll learn about that later. What about research?
Research is the heart and soul of science. Without constant experimentation to prove or disprove one's hypotheses, the scientist is left trying to solve the world's problems by guesswork. That is hardly the most efficient way to achieve results.
Alright, well, we're going to have to continue our conversation with Dr. Cranium on the next episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little jaunt into what is basically just a giant advertisement for another video game, even if it has some really awesome music. So, I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Bye for now!